Hello, welcome back to part 24 of Angular Complete series represented by tutorial polls, Forms module and Reactive Forms module. Alright, let's begin by visiting the URL. Open the browser and type angular.io/API/forms/forms module and read the definition as it says here. Exports the required providers and directives for template-driven forms, making them available for import by ng modules that import this module, and see the package from which this module can be imported. It's Angular Forms. Also scroll down and see here directives list grouped under Forms module. Forms module provides a couple of validator directives for template-driven forms. For example, checkbox required validator, email validator, max length validator, etc. Also, Forms module provide a couple of other useful directives to deal with forms in a better way. For example, ngForm and ngModel. If you click on this ngForm directive and now look under the properties section, ngForm has multiple properties that can be used to execute some events or to get the information of form, for example, state of form. See here, this submitted flag can be used to check inside code or in HTML whether the form has been submitted or not. And we may also change the UI behavior based on these flag values. For example, showing the errors when the form has been submitted or disabling the button when the form is invalid. Also, see for example controls property, which can be used to access the controls within the form. There are some other properties also available. We will see each one of them in detail when we will be using these properties in the coming videos. Alright, now navigate back and see ngModel here. Click on this and read the definition. Creates a form control instance from a domain model and binds it to a form control element. We will see more on ngModel and other directives in a separate video, but for now just remember that in order to use these directives, we will be required to import Forms module. On contrary to this, there is another module known as Reactive Forms module. Change this Forms module in URL to Reactive Forms module. Reactive Forms module can also be imported from the Angular Forms module. See this section here. It says Reactive Forms module can be given configuration using with config method, where you can pass the configuration whether to warn to the user when he tries to use ngModel using property name warn on ngModel with form control, with possible values as never, once or always. Never means it will not be allowed to use ngModel with Reactive Forms module. Actually, it's recommended to use one approach for your application, either template-driven forms or reactive forms. How to make this forms choice, whether to go with Reactive Forms module or Forms module. We will be able to do it after the next video once we see what difference does it make to implement the same requirement using both approaches. Alright, also if you scroll down and you will find similar directives being exported from Reactive Forms module. The difference is in the way we use them. So, takeaway from this lecture is that we always make sure that we are using one of these approaches, either template-driven or reactive forms. Let's see what's the difference between these two first. As you can see here, Reactive Forms module is used to create reactive forms and Forms module is used to create the template-driven forms. In reactive forms, the form model setup is done explicitly in the component class, whereas in template-driven forms, model setup is done in HTML using directives. The data model in reactive forms is structured and immutable, whereas in template forms, it's unstructured and mutable. The predictability of reactive forms is synchronous, but it's asynchronous in template-driven forms. Form validation is done using functions in reactive forms. On contrary to reactive forms, validation is done using directive in template-driven forms. You will understand more of these differences in coming videos. Also, once we would have seen both the ways of creating forms, we will be in a better position to make a decision on which one to choose. From the application developer's preferences perspective, usually People who want more control of forms in code prefer reactive forms, whereas people who like to do most of the things in HTML and lesser things in code prefer using a template-driven approach. Repeating the same thing again. Doesn't matter which approach you prefer, but prefer sticking to one. With that being said, that was it for this video. Thank you and see you in the next video.